This episode is brought to you by Stratus Media Group.
Fuck Patty. Fuck Patty.
Oh, yeah,
Patty.
definitely Patty.
Headphones.
I mean, everyone's looking at you.
Hey, there he is.
Hey, I can hear you in my left ear.
Guys, thanks for checking back in. This is Passing the Bar podcast, where we talk about the ups and the downs of the industry and all the social aspects and issues that we deal with. My name is Chris, and I've also got Evan with me today.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
I've got Steve.
How's it going, y'all?
And our special guest today. It's Daryl Fischer.
Hello, everybody. How you doing today?
We decided to bring Daryl on because he is the probably one of the best security guards I've ever had an opportunity to working with.
Mm-hmm. Hands down.
You know, I mean,
No
just,
pun intended.
Very much intended.
you know, the first line of defense when it comes to guiding someone away from doing something stupid, you know, and also the last line of defense, really, when it comes to dealing with people that are doing stupid shit inside of your bar. And that's from being, the front doorman, you know what I'm saying, where you're like greeting people and setting the tone for their experience, because we've all seen those door guys that have been fucking assholes to people when they walk up, and it just kills their experience, and then they go from there being aggravated to the fucking bar, then they're aggravated. Now they're ruining your day, you know what I'm saying, and now before you know it, they're getting themselves kicked out. To also being able to bring in like the correct clientele, tour guiding people, grabbing people off of because we work on the boardwalk, so being able to be like, hey ladies, or hey gentlemen, or hey couple, or hey family, you're
a good looking group. You should come on in, spend your money.
Let me check. Yeah.
Well, no, I just grab him and I'm like, hey, you're on Evan's tab. Let's go.
Yeah.
Guys, come on in. That's great. You're ladies. Come on in. You're on Evan's tab.
Yeah, we know Evan. That's good. That's Evan. Yeah.
And you point to Chris or Steven. Hey, that's Evan.
How long have you been doing security?
I've been in the industry since '92. I mean, I got my very first start at the Edge when Alex used to own it back in the day, like on the block, and it was a different vibe back then too, than what the block is now. The block used to be more about locals, but
really?
I got my start literally as a customer, and I came up to Alex because he was working on it, because I think it was Big J who used to be on the door there, and I just went up to Alex and said, hey, I want to work. And Alex was like, Chip, can you be here tomorrow?
No shit.
Put on a black shirt and you're in, And next thing you know, I'm working in the middle of the bar. And, from there, it's just been a great experience all around from everything that I've done. I mean, I've met great bartenders, great owners. And, I just can't be more thankful than everything that I've been in that industry.
Yeah.
So
There's that's a lot of fucking years, man.
yeah,
You've seen some shit.
I'm 44. Yeah, I'm 44.
You've seen some shit.
I've seen a lot of walk-ins.
No joke, man.
I've seen a lot of customers, and it's funny. It's I've got people now that are like, hey, my mom, and like, hey, your mom. I'm like, yeah, I know your mom.
I know that.
Yeah. Back in '96, man.
Yeah, back in '96,
they all knew her.
Yeah. back in '96, your mom and a Chicho slice.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, it's been fun though.
Yeah.
And I've enjoyed it, and Chris is absolutely right. Having the correct security for your industry is crucial. Having the correct door guy. It is. I mean, and lastly, it's like we don't want to have to do anything disrespectful to anybody. And we just try to keep peace.
Well, I can say just from watching you, working with you, you're like the host. Like you have for the bar, you're that first person that they see.
The first and last.
And then first and last is perfect. And then so like Chris was saying, is that there are those door guys that have to flex right as soon as you get there. They're flexing. You know what I mean?
Those guys.
Yeah, like I have the power. You know what I mean, to let you through this door. Right. Who the fuck cares? You know what I mean? But no, I've seen how Daryl, you would do that. Would be like, come on in, guys. Come check it out. Blah blah. You know what I mean? Like basically inviting them in. Giving a positive attitude, cracking jokes when they're checking their IDs and stuff. So that was always awesome.
Honestly, for me, I think there's only really two two genuine door guys in this industry right now, and that's it. And it's a lost art, you know.
Yeah.
And I learned from Jay. I learned from Big Jay when he was back at the Edge, and that's how I learned to be a quote unquote door guy.
Right.
I don't consider myself a bouncer or anything like that. It's like I am a genuine door guy. Open the door, how you doing, greeting, this and that, whatever.
Absolutely.
And going back to this, I think there's only two gentlemen in this industry right now that are there, and that's myself, and I would say Kevin, he goes by Dreamy. I am not calling him Dreamy, but his name is, from Eagle's Nest. He used to be at Eagle's Nest, and I think now he's down somewhere at the oceanfront doing his thing. But there's only two genuine door guys left.
Right. They actually care. They actually care about the business.
And that's the thing. And I hate to repeat it again, but I'll go back to it. Like Chris said, it's, hey guys, come on in, do this, do that. You got to be that person, because if you don't do that, they're going to walk right by you and go somewhere else.
Right.
And again, it's the way that I look at it is I have to get bodies in that industry or in that establishment, because that's how you guys make money.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's, I think y'all should start tipping us out too. I think that's great.
So
waitresses tip y'all out. I think we should get tipped out.
I think the owner.
Hey, can I bring that up? Can we get tipped out?
Yeah, I think the owner. Sounds like the owner should tip you guys out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What was the head count today? How many people did you bring in? You know, what I'm
Door
saying?
money.
Door money.
Well, that's
Door
money. That should be
but,
part
but,
of.
but I think that's gone though. I think that's gone because I don't think anybody really. I don't think there's any places that I really know of that charge a cover.
Well, Shaq does, and it went up. It's like 10 or 15 now. For
Shaq,
the guy.
do they really?
I swear to
Do
God,
they really?
yeah.
15?
Something stupid. I remember. I was like,
see, and that,
all right,
see, but I guess,
all right.
I guess
I'm on this side now.
yeah, but I guess for me, it's like like if I went to an establishment, I don't care where it is, and you're telling me it's $10, $15 to get in.
Just come in.
I'm like, no, see you later. I'm not paying $15 to come in to spend $100 with you guys.
Right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean,
like a free drink or a shirt or some shit.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, does it come with a hand job?
Yeah. I mean,
but you know what? Talking to you, Daryl.
But the thing is,
wait.
people do pay it though. These young
They
kids,
do.
man, they just like, okay, I guess I got to pay it, and then.
So all right. So question, because I always had this question. What the fuck is a door charge there for?
I mean,
Food costs.
Is it food cost, or is it? I mean, I guess to me, the only thing that I can think of is that you're charging a cover charge to think that somebody's not drinking, and you're trying to absorb that cost from that. Like, hey, I'm letting these 6 people in, but again, if you're drinking, why am I paying a cover charge to drink?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you have a nice band there. Now, I understand if you have
Entertainment.
if you have entertainment,
yeah.
if you
Selling
have
tickets.
entertainment there,
Yeah.
if you have entertainment and you have a well-known artist, then I can justify it. Like, hey, this or that. But I mean, I get that question all the time. It's like, dude, why am I paying $10? Why am I paying $5 to come in here? I'm like, hey, well,
So I've heard cover charge be used for that reason. I've also heard it to be used for keeping the riffraff out. You know what I'm saying?
Crowd control.
Right. So it's like, all right, well, we're only charge the guys. Right?
Yeah.
Because you never charge girls.
Right.
Because you
Never
want
the
girls inside of your establishment.
Absolutely.
That's like the
Yeah.
thing, right?
correct. That's a given.
And then you charge the guys, right? And then the guys that don't pay the cover charge, well, they're quote unquote too cheap to be in there.
Right.
And they're, you know what I mean, saying like by investing into your entry, it gives people like more of a mindset of respecting the place, or they won't
Got
act
it.
like
Yeah.
assholes.
Yeah.
I've seen that there before. I don't know if it works or not. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you get to places and it's like, oh, we've got fucking running the door at a large place like that. It has its ups and its downs because there's so many people that come in, but then also in a town like where we are, and there being so many locals. It's like a fucking annoyance, because this person's a fucking VIP and that person has their 10 friends that are VIPs this week, but next week they're not.
Right.
Oh my God, yeah. Today they're good.
You can let those group of 4 girls in, but not the dudes that are with them.
Yeah.
But everybody knows everybody, and that's the thing. It's
Especially
God.
here.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
it was
Everyone.
so funny. Like, I mean, and I've worked with every single one of you guys.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is like you could be standing right next to me, and I'll use Chris as an example for this.
Yeah.
Like when I worked at a place at the oceanfront, I don't know if I'm allowed to say the name, but if I worked at a place at the oceanfront, Chris would be right next to me. People come like, "Hey, I know Chris Pryor," and I'm like, "Oh, do you?" And he's like standing right next to me.
Yeah.
Fucking
Yeah.
name
they're
tag.
like-
No,
and
you
they're-
never had one.
Yeah, and they're like, "Yo, I know Chris Pryor, man. Can I come through the VIP?" And I'm like, "Do you?" I'm like, "Well, why don't you call him? Call him up."
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know. And they're like, "Well, I don't have my phone on me. I can't call him right now."
Right.
I'm like, "Yeah, well,
That's
this
cool.
is Chris."
Yeah.
I'm like, hey man, what's up?
Well, I won't use names, but we'll just say an owner that everybody knows. They would do that a lot too. Like, oh, I know him.
Oh yeah, and
I
his
know.
Can I say his wife and his wife
and his wife too.
and his wife?
I know them very well.
I know
We're
the
friends.
owners. I know the owners. You're like, oh fuck yeah,
Call 'em
awesome. Well, everybody fucking knows the owners. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, what, I'm just supposed to fucking let everybody in?
Right.
You know,
or the hooking up kind of thing. There was one where he was like, I was like, "Well, call him then," and he was like, "No, you call him." I'm like, I'm not the one trying to get the thing. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. Call oh yeah, let me call the big boss right now, so to see if I can give you some sort of fucking dumbass discount.
Yeah. I'm
you're drunk.
already inside the club.
Yeah,
You see
yeah.
this line? I'm inside.
I'm good. I was like, you call him. But I was like, actually, please don't. You're drunk. Don't call him.
No, you should call
if
him.
it's real, don't do it. It's like it's midnight. This is a bad idea.
no, call him.
No, call him.
I've
And when he
won-
laughs on the phone, you'll get it.
I've 100% been
Call
like, call him. Please just
Yeah.
give him a call.
Do it.
It's 2:00 in the morning. They're not going to answer.
Yeah.
And if they do answer, then I'm fucking sorry. You know,
Right.
But I'm gonna stand on this one that it's 2:00 in the morning, and I know these people because I've talked with them, and they've bestowed me with this responsibility.
Right.
So I kind of know that they're not going to answer, and if they do answer, they're going to be like, give you some bullshit.
Yeah.
And they're going to go, all right, man, hang up the phone because at 2:00 in the morning, who the fuck's sober calling the owner of a restaurant?
Yeah, you're
You
drunk.
know what I'm saying?
You're drunk and stupid as fuck.
and being
right now.
dumb.
Yeah.
You know, like Karen, sit the fuck down.
And that goes back to
Karen.
what Chris just said is, supporting your decision. In security, we have to do that.
Yeah.
Whatever decision you make, you have to stand by it. You got to go by it, and that's just, hey, I made this judgment call,
Right.
and we're sober, know, and you're inebriated, and when you make that decision, you have to stand by that decision. Support it.
So I'm going to, go off of that for a second. So how many times in your career have you gone with that and then you get your nuts cut from under you because the owner or someone is like, oh, no, they're fine, though. They can keep staying in and partying. Even though you've made the decision, you saw it, you saw the situation, you're like, I'm taking this person out.
Yeah, well, it happened last weekend. I mean, it happened last weekend at a place I was working at the oceanfront. It's like I make that decision, but then the owner comes in behind me and says, no, let him back in, do this, do that. And I'm like, to me, that's just total disrespect.
Oh, absolutely.
It is.
Yeah.
And I get it. I mean, there's two sides to that. It's an owner trying to save face and it's this and that.
Yeah,
but you're paying me to watch over your establishment,
right?
Or you're paying somebody to watch over your establishment. You have to support what you're doing with that. And here's my take on it, and this should be every place, and I've learned this from a lot of people, is I don't care who's involved in a fight, left or right. It doesn't matter.
Right.
Both people are going.
Yeah,
both are going.
100%.
Both are going.
Definitely.
It doesn't matter. And I'll
You both fucked up.
Yeah. Well, I don't care if you come to me and you hit me in the face, you're going. You know what I'm saying? Like, both have to go. And I'll look at you and I'll shake your hand on the way out and I'll say, hey, listen, I apologize for the incident. Come back tomorrow. I'll buy you a drink. I'll put it on Evan's tab.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, right.
But
why I'm so broke.
I've seen your bank account. You're ain't broke.
Yeah.
Bitcoin.
Oh yeah.
So I mean,
Let's not start that again.
yeah. So I mean, but back to that, it's like both people have to go, and it's just what they've done, and Stephen, to come back to you, it's like, yeah, it's total disrespect, and I've done it several times, but it hurts. It actually hurts. It hurts.
Yeah.
It undermines your intelligence of what you're doing. Is what I really think.
Yeah.
To get to your answer of that question, but I mean, it happens. I mean, and I get what you guys are doing. I understand that, but I think that's I think where it comes in is rather than the owner or the manager or whoever it is just letting the person back in, they should pull both the security guard and that person aside and say, look, all right, let's work this out together.
Yeah, right.
Rather than just go, hey, Daryl, get back on the door. Hey, Chris, or, whatever, so-and-so, go inside.
Right.
Whatever. It should be like, hey, you come here. And look, okay, Daryl, I know you're doing this. Sir, I know you've done this. Want to introduce the two. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Introduce the two and let them become friends. Because I've encountered that before with an owner. It's like I've been in a place where, I had friction with somebody. And the owner came up and said, look, so-and-so, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden, like, you're good friends.
Right.
And I know this person today. And I talked to him yesterday, but we had friction at the beginning. But I think if you take that step, and you introduce, then it kind of builds a relationship, and it builds a relationship for your bar.
Yeah.
From a security standpoint, because you are, like, Evan said, you're the first and last.
Yeah.
You are, and you have to be that icon pretty much. A good doorman or a good security person is your PR for your business.
Right.
Just as well as a bartender is.
Yeah.
Every one of y'all's personalities is different. From where you work, and security is the same thing. Every security person has a different personality.
Yeah.
Speaking of personalities,
I have multiple.
yeah, but speaking of